Attraction is not a strategy, it's the natural result of knowing yourself. When you understand what truly matters, you begin to have the courage to say no to what no longer fits. When you live honestly with your feelings and values, you radiate an energy that others can sense, even when you say nothing at all. Attraction doesn't come from trying to become someone else. It comes from daring to be yourself, whole, complete, and without needing anyone's permission. I used to think I needed to learn more, do more, be more in order to be enough. But the more I added, the more exhausted I became. I realized, to attract the right things, it's not about adding, it's about removing. Remove the comparisons. Remove the insecurities. Remove the pressure to please everyone. Like a cluttered room that cannot welcome sunlight, you must first clear the space for the light to enter. In a noisy world like America, where everything is constantly updated, upgraded, and competed for, stillness is precious. It's in stillness that you find yourself again. And when you are truly yourself, you emit a presence that makes others feel safe, authentic, and drawn to you, even if they can't put into words why. Self-respect is the foundation of true attraction. When you know your worth, you don't need validation to prove it. You don't need to be chosen to feel deserving. You don't have to work hard to be loved, because the right person will never make you work for it. That quiet, unshakable confidence, that's what sets you apart. Attraction doesn't require a crowd, it only needs the right people. Not everyone will be drawn to you, and that's perfectly okay. Those who are truly magnetic don't aim to conquer the masses, they only seek connection with those who are real, who understand, who resonate. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need the courage to be yourself, and let the right ones find you. The strongest mindset is the one that seeks nothing. When you need nothing, you have everything. When you stop expecting someone else to bring you happiness, you begin to create it from within. When you stop trying to impress, you become real, and that realness is what leaves the strongest impression. Attraction comes from depth, not width. You could have thousands of followers, but just one true connection is enough. So stop chasing the spotlight. Turn inward. Light yourself up. When you're on the right frequency, everything will naturally find its way to you. You don't have to shout. You just have to send out the right signal. Like a radio wave, the right ones will hear you. And it all starts with the smallest things. With listening to yourself every morning. With having the courage to say no when needed. With allowing yourself to rest without guilt. With smiling at yourself, for no reason at all. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to become yourself, bravely. Stop asking, how can I make them like me? Start asking, do I truly like myself? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. And realness always has its own magnetic pull. An ending is not a full stop, it's a quiet pause, preparing for the next step. Maybe you've spent your whole life chasing things, seeking recognition, love, acceptance. But today, you can choose differently. Sit still. Breathe. Ask yourself, who am I when I stop trying? And from there, the journey of true attraction, the journey of authentic living, truly begins. From a desperate chaser to the center of the universe. Imagine yourself standing in the middle of a lavish party in Manhattan. Golden lights shimmer off champagne glasses, soft jazz music floats through the lively chatter. In one corner of the room, a young man in a crisp gray suit holds a drink, his eyes darting around restlessly. He's searching for someone, for something. He approaches a group, tries to strike up a conversation, forces a smile, tosses out a few awkward jokes. They respond politely, then turn back to their own discussions. The man stands alone again, his gaze this time resting on a woman by the window. She isn't talking much, nor trying to draw attention, yet somehow the entire room is aware of her. She embodies attraction, and he is the image of chasing. What are we chasing? From a young age, we're taught to chase our dreams, give it our all, pursue love, money, success. But have you ever asked yourself, is there another way? The answer is yes, and it's captured in 3 simple words: be attractive. Chasing is running. Attraction is standing, but not standing still. I chased everything once. At 25, stepping into the media industry with nothing but ambition, I sent out hundreds of job applications, waiting anxiously, feeling lucky when I got a response, not deserving. Until one day, my mentor told me, "You're chasing everything because you think you're not enough. Stop chasing. Become the kind of person that people want to chase." That was when I shifted from chasing to attracting. Attraction is not about silence or pretense. In American culture, where individuality and personal vibe are prized, true attraction doesn't come from appearance, but from the energy you radiate. You attract when you know who you are. When you own your life, have your own standards, seek no validation yet others crave your approval. Have you ever entered a room and instantly felt drawn to someone? They didn't have to be loud or flashy, yet your eyes found them. That's energy, emanating from the way they walk, the way they look at the world, the quiet confidence they carry. It's the power of someone who is not trying to be anyone else, but fully, unapologetically themselves. The chaser is always running. They constantly wonder, how can I impress? How can I be liked? How can I get chosen? Meanwhile, the attractive person asks, do I truly want this? Who deserves a place in my life? One side begs for acceptance. The other side chooses for themselves. Successful people don't chase opportunities, they create value so that opportunities seek them. Steve Jobs didn't chase customers. Elon Musk didn't chase investors. Oprah Winfrey didn't beg audiences to love her. They worked, believed, built, and they attracted. Love works the same way. It doesn't last if it starts from desperate pursuit. You don't need to constantly text or bend over backward to be loved. True love arrives when you live authentically and attract someone who cherishes that. Everything you're chasing might just come to you if you stop and start building yourself into a living magnet. A magnet doesn't chase, it pulls. And so can you. Coming home to yourself, the journey of attraction begins within. As children, we believe that if we're obedient, get good grades, please adults, we'll be loved. From an early age, we learn how to make others like us, growing up clinging to the false belief that our worth comes from others' approval. We step into adulthood with a desperate hunger to be chosen. Chosen by the one we love, by employers, by audiences, by the whole world. But no one teaches us this vital truth: you don't need to be chosen. You need to choose yourself first. I realized this one quiet afternoon in Portland, Oregon, where I had escaped to run from the noise. I was tired of endless networking meetings, instant message replies, and even tired of myself, the self who kept busy just to avoid feeling empty. That day, sitting by the river at sunset, no phone, no plans, just being present. For the first time in a long while, I heard my own inner voice. I don't even know who I am anymore. You cannot attract if you don't know what you are. Like a magnet lost among many fields, you won't know which way to pull. You say you want true love, but you don't love yourself. You say you want freedom, but you live by your family's expectations. You say you crave peace, but you keep seeking noise to feel alive. These are contradictions. How to become truly magnetic. Attractiveness does not lie in appearances, the possessions you own, or the numbers you boast on social media. True magnetism begins from within, from how well you understand yourself, how you treat yourself, and how you show up in the world. It's not something you need to strive for, but something you naturally become as you live authentically. This journey starts with genuine personal development. Constant learning, honing skills, nurturing knowledge, not to show off, but to better understand and serve your own life. When you invest in yourself, you emit the energy of someone living with purpose, depth, and true inner value. But skills and knowledge alone are not enough without a positive attitude. Truly magnetic people are those who appreciate the small things, who remain calm in chaos, and whose mere presence brings peace, without needing to say much. Attractiveness happens when you live aligned with your own values. Not trying to become the version society wants you to be, but embracing the most honest version of yourself, even if it's imperfect. You dare to live authentically, even when it means going against the crowd. Because you know what truly matters to you, and you refuse to trade it for shallow approval. Magnetic people do not change themselves to please others. They know how to say no when needed, to stand firm even when misunderstood, understanding that true connection doesn't come from sameness, but from authenticity. Being attractive is not about making everyone like you. It's about no longer fearing that they won't. Because you know your worth isn't determined by others' opinions. Truly magnetic individuals are already full within. They don't need to be chosen to feel worthy. They choose themselves first, and from there, they choose others consciously. A magnetic person never stops learning, expanding their awareness, and refining themselves every day. They listen more than they speak, choose depth over superficiality, wisdom over flashiness. Their presence carries weight, not because they know a lot, but because they live true to what they believe in. They know how to face emotions, feeling sadness without bitterness, fatigue without giving up, disappointment without turning cynical. That attitude, steady yet gentle, creates a gravitational pull that makes others want to be near them, to learn from them, to grow with them. Value isn't something you write down to sound impressive. It's how you live, through your smallest choices. It's telling the truth even when it's uncomfortable, turning down an opportunity that doesn't align with your path, standing alone rather than compromising your principles, doing the right thing without needing recognition. And when you live aligned with your values, you emit clarity. People may not always agree with you, but they will know who you are. They may not walk your path, but they will respect you. Those on the same frequency will recognize you, not because you tried to stand out, but because you were clear and true. One of the most attractive traits is consistency, not rigidity, but a strong inner core. Magnetic people are not easily swayed by praise or criticism. They are polite but not ingratiating, kind but not naive. They are flexible in action but firm in principles. In a world obsessed with being liked, the one who doesn't need it stands out, not out of defiance, but from self-mastery. They have clear boundaries, knowing what nourishes them and what drains them. They know when to say yes and when to say no to protect their own well-being. That consistency builds trust. They don't have to promise much, people know they will deliver. They don't need to show off, people know they are real. They don't need to be right all the time, people know they are living right. The most natural magnetism comes when you don't need anything. When you can sit alone in silence and still feel whole. No grasping, no performing, no chasing approval. And paradoxically, that is what draws others in. The one who needs nothing has everything. Start with the little things, taking a walk without needing music, drinking coffee alone without feeling lost, sitting quietly watching the clouds drift by, writing for yourself, doing good deeds without announcing them. These small acts, repeated over time, become a quiet kind of light, not dazzling, but steady and warm. And when you are warm enough, you will attract, effortlessly, without chasing, simply by being, your whole, peaceful self. You don't need to be prettier. You don't need to be more outstanding. You just need to be closer to yourself. And you, just as you are already enough.